Hi, welcome to my guide to the Flawless Master Lost Sector for Bay of Drowned Wishes in the Dreaming City. As you can see from the map, quite close to spawn, it has Void Shields and Overload and Unstoppable Champions, and it's Arc Burn. I ran this with Threaded Needle with Vorpal, but it struck me afterwards that a better play would probably be to go for Tarantula as the linear fusion rifle. Doesn't really matter what you've got in the last column, because you'll still be doing more damage with the arc burn. So if you're doing this, maybe look at doing that instead. Now I did this, I think this is my 4th or 5th attempt. So you can be quite passive, you can stay back, you can play quite safe. I will show you hopefully where all the spawns are and how to get back to safe areas to do damage from range. As you can see, after you land, just turn 180 and the flag is right behind you. The entrance to the cave is right behind you, and the modifiers are replicated there on the flag. So I'm choosing to do this as a Voidwalker Warlock, a top tree, mainly for the Chaos Accelerant grenades, which I find incredibly useful for soloing content. They basically overcharge grenades and they last loads longer than ordinary grenades. Using those with the you get the slower one as well. Using those with the vortex grenades. Again, a healing rift, and you can use, there's not much jumping involved, you can use whatever jump you want, probably not blink though. So I'm using Sacthelock. I think from my setup I meant to use Seventh Seraph Carbine, but that's mainly for dealing with ads. You've got the Monarch, which is really good with the mods this year, or the season, to be able to deal with overloads. The poison cloud keeps them stunned. You've got Threaded Needle. I've got the Vorpal Weapon roll. As I say, I think Tarantula is probably the better play here, but linear fusion rifles are really strong because of the artefact mods. So make sure that you have particle deconstruction unlocked, and if you're using that, then you might as well use the fusion scavenger and the unstoppable fusion rifles mods as well. They're what are making fusion rifles and linear fusions so strong this season. So I've got my ammo finders on my helmet, together with charged up. I've got controverse hold. Those give me additional kind of tankiness when I'm charging my grenade, but also get my grenade back faster, depending on the damage that's being output to combatants. I'm using reserves there with arc damage resistance. Again, I just have a few extra shots of the linear fusion rifle. I've got scavenger. That's the scavenger mod that's in the artifact mod, not two separate ones. And taking charge there to work with protective light. And there you have particle deconstruction, which is what allows you to do all the extra damage to enemies, particularly to yellow bars. So that's my setup now at the beginning of the video, because I was told that would be more useful. So as you spawn in, you'll have a group of ads immediately in front of you and a group of Screeb that is running towards you from the first unstoppable champion. So I throw my grenade generally into the middle there, and it will pick up all of the stuff that was in that initial group, plus all the Screebs that were running towards me. Wait for Unstoppable to proc, and then get shots in on the champion. Go back, get the Screebs down. And now back to damaging the champion. Wait for Unstoppable. You see a little flash of light there. Stun him and then take him out. Now there are 3 champions here in this initial area. So there's the one I've just taken down, and then just ahead to the right here, you can see in the distance there. Oops, went a little bit too fast. Should have Gone a little bit more cautiously there, but yeah, backing up here into my cave, very safe in the cave. The champions are fairly passive as long as you don't get too close to them. And I think, I got no empirical evidence here, but it feels like if you damage them, they also tend to hold back a little bit as well. So that's why I like to try and get a little bit of damage on them as soon as, or as early on after they spawn as possible. Here, I'm deliberately letting the screebs, the waves of screebs, spawn in. They'll continue to spawn in until the champion, that particular champion, is dead, because I will run through heavy ammo quite quickly, and this is a reasonably easy place to try and get it to spawn. See, that's my problem, is that the third shot, the final shot, well, the actual target area I think is quite small, and because he moves just as he recovers from being stunned, that will throw off your last shot. So you can see I've dropped, unfortunately that's finder ammo, so that only gives me 3 extra shots, but might as well take this guy down now and then move round after I deal with this wave of screeb. Move round to deal with the final unstoppable in this first area. So again, I wait until the unstoppable has procced, then I'm looking to try and do headshots. Let them get a little bit closer. If they do spawn, I should have reloaded, if they do spawn some heavy ammo, I can pick it up without putting myself in too much danger from the champion. So time is not a problem here. Not really interested in the number of revives I've got left, because I'm going for the flawless, so therefore I treat the whole thing as though I'm in darkness anyway. Right. Still nothing. Well, there are plenty of ads in the next phase as well, so I think I'll probably just decide that I might as well take this guy down and hope that some drops in the next time around. The next champion that I'm going to be facing is going to be an overload, so heavy ammo is less important for that anyway. So there we go. Now the final champion of that initial wave is down. No more screeb will spawn in, so I take this opportunity just to clear out some of these traps. And then I will move up and deal with the only shielded champion in this. There's, as you move up, will spawn a champion on the right, the overload champion, and up on the cliff here there will be the void shielded sniper. Now they can one-shot you, so best to get them down as fast as possible. You are shielded from the ads on the right there. So I will now go back to my initial spawn. My aim here now is to get rid of as many of the red bar ads surrounding the champion as possible, so I can try and damage the champion without being pummeled by ads nearby. I have forgotten that there are screebs. In fact, jumping there is, well, if the screebs are close, it can protect you from the screeb explosion, but it does also mean that it puts you in sight of that champion's weapons. But you can see they're very passive. If you go back to the cave, they'll kind of just hang around here. Hey, there we go. Nice bit of heavy ammo. So the screebs will continue spawning until you get the, in this case, this particular wave, until you get the overload champion down. But similar to most of these kinds of occurrences in the lost sectors, if you leave an ad up from a wave, then no more waves will spawn in. So what I'm trying to do here is jumping up on this, or any of these, you can see all these rocks kind of in the middle of this area. If you jump up on any of them, then the Screebs won't be able to pass you and become quite passive. So I know I've got 3 of them down here now. So you're then quite safe to pick off the last of the red bars and then do damage to the champion. The reason I take all but one of the Screebs down is because if I fall off, I won't then have Screebs running at me from multiple angles. I'll just have a single one that's running at me from a single angle. Now, you can jump up all the way to that. There's a rock on the left with the tree on. If you're standing up there, then no matter where the champion goes, you will always be able to get a headshot. I'm lucky on this occasion that I can just stick on this. And he didn't move, but you can see there's that rock in the middle, and he can move behind that, which would have meant I would have needed to move to continue damaging him. So there we go. That's the last Screeb of this round, and that has this hasn't happened before. It does spawn in a fresh wave of ads up there, but they're easy enough to deal with. So now here I am just going to clear my path back to my cave again. When you do spawn the next load of ads by running up to the barrier, there will be an unstoppable to the left here and a ton of Screebs, and the Screebs again will continue to respawn until the champion's dead. So you can see I'm going to run back here and stay on the ground. If you jump in the air too much, then the champion can hit you while you're in the air, can see you. So staying in the ground is the safest option there. Now what I'm going to try and do here, not be too aggressive with the Screebs, but I basically want to let the champion know where I am. What I'm going to try and do is just lure the champion out so I can deal with it individually without... And it will come up that path there on the right, cross behind that rock that's in the middle of the kind of frame there, and then come out on the left of that. So here we go. He knows where I am, so I will wait here. Oh yeah, if you do get damaged, you can run back. If you hug the wall, then you'll be pretty safe. And if you go all the way back to where you do spawn initially, then the champion can't follow you and can't hit you in there. So that's a very safe place to hole up and reset. There we go, just let him go. Wait till he's vulnerable again. Head out. Shoot him anywhere on his body. There we go. Now it's just the Screebs to deal with. So as before, there won't be any more spawning in. So when you kill all of these, they'll all be dead. But the safest thing to do, and probably the quicker thing to do rather than waiting them to come to you, that cave, is to jump up onto one of these, and because they can't work a path out to your location, you can just use your grenades primary to kill them. Staying up here is very safe. The only thing is that if you're up here, they will hide, in which case you'll need to just relocate every now and again. But you need to have all of the Screebs down, all of the ads from this final wave, from when you run up to the barrier. All of them will need to go down in order for the barrier to disappear. I remember thinking, this is finishable, but he's very close to the wall, so chances are he will bounce off the wall and kill me if I try to finish him there. And equally, he may be close enough to kill me there as well, but fortunately he wanders out and explodes far away from me. Right, so this barrier's still there. Let's see if running up to it makes a difference. No, so there must be one Screeb still left. And there he is, wandering around. Right, so the final boss room has a few additional waves to the normal lost sector. They're all accompanied by overload champions, get rid of these mines first. If they go off because a grenade hits them or enemy fire hits them and you're standing in the middle up here, you will die. Yeah, I probably should have just shot down there and then kept my grenade for when they're jumping up here. But as you can see, they're not too bad to deal with. The reason I'm using the auto rifle rather than have bought in a sniper is because I thought there are quite a lot of ads in here, and if I got mobbed, I thought the auto rifle would knock some of them back away, give me a bit more time to reposition myself than Le Monarch, whose ability to stun requires getting a perfect headshot. So I just felt it was, oh hello. Just felt it was a slightly safer play. Right, now the champions will stay all the way at the back here now. So, and there's no cover for them either. So you can just plink away at them with Le Monarch. And there's very little they can do about it. You know, if you wanted to, you know, where you're there and you're getting a little bit damaged, you can always put down a rift. There we go, champion goes down, all of that wave is down, new wave comes in. Grenade on the top sorts most of them out. The other good thing about this area as well is that, you know, if you have a lot of enemies up like there are there and they're all kind of spamming you, you can use this corner here just to face one at a time. So, and that works as well with the champions. So you'd be there, and it just means that you're not taking damage from a whole row. The only thing that can shoot you is the thing that you're shooting at, the ad that you're looking at, or the enemy you're looking at. So again, I'm taking down the champion. You can see the last phase of this fight occurs when you take all of the ads down. Now this is where the normal fight starts. So you've got the main boss is at the bottom there now. I'm just going to wait because I know I'm going to get things charging me. So, as with the normal boss, there are 3 waves of ads with the normal bosses that are, you know, it's gated. You can see I'm doing damage to the ads that are around the boss there. Hello again. With the Monarch shots. There we go, another round of ads. So it's damage gated, the waves, so as you damage the boss, the ads will spawn in. Again, going to use my grenade to get them. Yeah. You never know when protected by the void, when protective light will come in handy. And like I said, I'm not worried about darkness enveloping me because I'm treating it as though that were the case all the time anyway, because I'm trying to do this flawlessly. So I've got a fair bit of heavy ammo now. The boss doesn't actually have that much health, so it's mainly, you know, taking down the boss's health to spawn in the ads. Taking it down a little bit at a time so that you're not getting huge waves of ads all running at the same time. But here we go again. Screeb's coming in this time as well. But that overcharged grenade, just so good. Right, This is the last wave of ads. If you're lucky like me there, you'll get a perfect shot on one of them, which will kill the vast majority of them because they're all... There's a lot of the screebs in there, so they can all explode at the same time. Right, I think that's all of the ads there now. So, take the boss down, job done. Everything done from range. Feels pretty safe the way that I did that, and as would be typical here, tons of heavy ammo at the place I've been shooting at. So that's the solo mastery and flawless solo mastery. As I say, I think it's pretty straightforward if you take it slowly and don't get too aggressive with the champions. Hope that was pretty straightforward. Hope you get it on earlier than your 5th or 6th run, and I hope you found that useful. Good luck.